All right, our next graduate's Dino.
Hi. Sorry I was a little bit late. Thank you all for a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, John. Thank you to my angels. Gene, I don't think he's here tonight. Thank you, Todd. Scott. Scott? Oh, he's not here. What can I say? I came here seeing myself in just about everybody. I saw myself in Paul. I saw myself in Sean. I saw myself with such a barrier in front of me. I saw myself with such judgment. My God, when I saw John, I freaked out because he looked so much like my dad. Really, you know, and in my life, because of things, I never realized this except through the course, but in my life, I would judge people and then either dismiss them or bring them in and then dismiss them, which I did with relationships, friendships, and different things. And I never realized that before. I sat down here on Friday and I thought I had it all figured out, you know, and I thought I was just going to waste a weekend pretty much, and that wasn't the case. I resented John, but it wasn't for any, I don't know it. That was me. I just understood that. Saturday came, I saw you guys doing the mirror game, not the game, but the mirror. and I saw that, and still I was in judgment, you know, because I was just judging the way people were going through their experience, and it bothered me. And I figured, okay, I'm just going to walk through that too. I wasn't going to open up to it. But then it came my time. I turned to do that. And when I did that, Richard, here?
He's not here.
He's not here? Oh my God, where's that guy? I was the last one to do the mirror game, and that I said, okay, fine, I'm going to put my hands in the mirror, and again, I'll just listen to him. I thought I had the answers pre-programmed, and that didn't happen. So that really was like a turning point for me. It broke me down. I realized so many things I didn't realize before. I came in touch with my inner child, the time. I mean, I'm dressed these colors today to represent what I wore that day, because I saw it so vivid in the mirror. I saw him, me, you know. So I wore it, and then, I mean, that was really, I just melted after that. Boom. You know, and I figured I got it together, you know. But that didn't happen, and, you know, I don't know if maybe someone could relate to this, but when you have a challenging time in your life, like I'm from an alcoholic father, an abusive household, you know, physical abuse, so many different things. And as I grew up through life, I took those experiences, you know, and I decided I had two choices: be an alcoholic, be an abusive man, abusive, you know, everything. And I decided to take another path. I said, okay, so I will not touch alcohol. I will be a good man. I will be a great father, and do all these different things. And I went to my dad, and I spoke, and I thought I closed these circles. But I was doing it by myself. I was in my own head, you know. And so I resisted a little bit of Rita when I spoke to her. Not resisted like, no, I don't need this. I resisted it in the sense of like, yeah, tell me something I don't know. I got this. All right, fine. And I really only did it because someone that I appreciate, their insight, they said, you should take this, because they saw something in me that I didn't see. And I did. And I did it, and I can't thank her enough for that, and I can't thank you enough for that. I just want to acknowledge also one thing. On Sunday, I did a couple of things that meant a lot to me, that Richard told me to do. You know, after the course, I ran out and I grabbed my son and asked him if he wanted to help me to the store, and I went shopping for some things. I was looking for like a Lego crane thing. I couldn't find it, and I went home and we took out this big box of Legos and we built this crane from that particular moment that I had destroyed during a Christmas thing. I did that. I did everything that Richard told me to do, and it was just, I was sitting on the floor building this crane with him, and my daughter, she's 15, and I mean, if anybody's 15, I don't mean to insult you, but you know, you guys got attitudes, you know. You know, like my daughter, she's 15, and you know, so she came by, she looked at me, she said, "Dad, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm just building a crane with Alex. We're all good." And she's like, "That's so cute." It melted me, you know. And my son, I was looking at his eyes, and he was like, "Hey, Dad, we could put this piece here." He's 12, and that was the time frame of when I had my issues, you know. And it was just like so bonding, and it was so meaningful, and it just meant a lot. And just one last thing, not to beat the whole thing up, but Richard also told me, you know, I collected comic books at that time, and I never realized these things, and I've always kept them, you know, in this big crate, and I had it for over 32 years, you know. I've got this crate of comic books in plastic and this and that, and I took them down off the shelf, you know, and I put it on by my bed, right? And my son comes in and he's like, "Dad, you know, these got to really be worth something, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, what do you think I should do with them?" He said, "You should sell them. You should really sell them. There's got to be worth a lot of money." And I said, "I could do that. Let's do that. You know, let's sell them." I said, "Is there anything else that I could do with them?" And he just kind of like looks around like that and says, "What if we read them?" You know? And he says, "Yeah, but you're not gonna really." And I said, "Yeah, grab one. Let's go ahead and read it. Wouldn't that be better than selling them?" And he says, "Yeah, Dad." So for about an hour, I mean, we just sat down in the bed, opening up all these comic books. I have them. I mean, I've got nice plastic things, and we just were taking them out. And he's like, "Oh, Dad." So after about an hour and some change, I said, "You know, it's like time to go to bed." And he's like, "Can I just finish this last one, Dad? Can I just finish this last one?" And he doesn't like to read a lot, and so it was just so, you know, because I see myself in him, you know, and that time of life, that my time was so traumatic at his age. So to see him like just light, be like, "Oh, Dad," you know, and I just felt like my little child was in him, and my little boy in me was just so empowered, you know. And I can't thank all of you enough, because I see me in Thomas, I see my son in Thomas, I see my son in Dylan, you know. I see part of me, Darren. I see me and you, you know. Paul, I see me and you, and what it means to me, or what it tells me, is, you know, we're all connected. You know, we're all connected in some way, shape, or form, whether we know it or not. But things happen for a reason. There's a reason why this man is here, and why I felt what I felt, and I think the same thing for all of you all in certain ways. Yeah, you know. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, the adult, mature Dino thanks you. The little inner me, little Dino thanks you. My son thanks you. My daughter thanks you. Any lady that I go in a relationship with, they'll thank you. I love you all. That's all I got. Thank you.
You're a winner, Dino.
So I'm glad I get to honor you here and talk to you, because I get to thank you. I've been called a lot of things, you know, here. Recently, one of the worst things that one of the students called me was actually angelic. So Megan over here has been helping me, you know, embrace my non-angelic side, and you really helped me this weekend, because you could point out, you turn me into something for you that was darker, you know, and more sinister, and then play a role for you this weekend, which was great, you know. So I'm kind of teasing you here, but it was great to see you, to watch you go through this process. And I get that you're a guy who's had success after success after success with sabotage after sabotage after sabotage, you know what I'm saying? And so now to have these tools and to recognize where all that sabotage came from, and to have that loving connection with your little boy, and the impact you're having on your family, you know, that success is just going to blossom in so many areas, you know what I mean? And mostly with your family, you know, and with your kids. And So yes, you know, they'll say thank you, but they'll be saying thank you to you for doing the work and working as hard as you did and challenging yourself and finding that little boy inside. So congratulations, and come back.
I have one question. How do you make it through a weekend of this nature with a white shirt on, no wrinkles and no dirt? I don't know how you do that. I always wear black for that reason.
I bet there's some makeup on that white shirt.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
I want to thank Mason because I had another breakthrough that meant a lot to me when everybody was in the, you know, the forgiveness part where you were at the table and the candles. You know, I was just sitting there and I don't know, but Mason called to me in some way, and I love that man right there. I love that man right there. You know, because he helped me experience something in me, a certain release, and I owe that to Mason. You know.